Welcome to my garden. This is mid-April 2024. I'm in zone 5, Midwest USA. Spring started earlier this year with a lot of hot days in March, but then we got a very cold snap at the end of March. And now things are coming up in my garden. The currant, I've pruned it pretty severely this year. Got rid of all the very thick canes, or most of them, except probably this one. So this year I'm hoping to get more currants. Last year I did not. Probably 1 to 2 bunches. The daffodils and the tulips are ending, although it's mid-April, but again this has been a weird year. I'm doing a lot of changes this year in the garden. This bed here that used to be climbing things like beans and cucumbers, I'm going to remove those trellises and I'm changing it so that it's all fruit trees. I get kind of part shade here. I have trees in the front yard where it's full sun, but after the theft last year with people stealing all the peaches, I decided to plant the trees here. So I got 7. Here on the outside I have lavender white mulberry. It's a big tree, but I plan to prune it so it stays short. In fact, all of these I want to prune them so that they're no more than 6 feet tall, because it's just like a backyard orchard. And then I'm gonna plant smaller things around, like herbs and onions and stuff like that, and I already have strawberries here. So the oregano is loving the spring, of course. And here I have a cherry. It's a white gold sweet cherry. I've read that this is the hardiest one of the sweet cherries, and it might work in zone 5. We'll see, because usually just tart cherries work here, but I don't like tart cherries, so we'll see. And I already, you can see, pruned it or cut it so it's like 2.5 feet tall. In the fall I put a lot of compost here, removed the mulch, put a huge layer of compost. So with that I buried the peonies, so maybe this year they will not flower because they don't like to be buried, but that's okay. I just wanted to have good conditions for the fruit trees. The clematis are coming up and they will flower very soon. And then this tree here is a plum. I think it's a Japanese plum, Mount Royal. This one came with good branches, so I kept them. I did not prune it too short like the other ones. And this is supposed to be self-fertile, so we'll see, because I don't have a space to plant two Japanese plums here. This one here, I have 3 apples here, and this is one of them. I think this is Freedom. And then I have Enterprise and Triumph. So all of these varieties are supposed to be really disease resistant, so that they grow without having to be sprayed often like all other apple varieties. These two are really kind of thick. I got them from Junk Seed, while this one is like a very thin stick. I don't like it. This one I got from Burnt Ridge Nursery. I did not like their trees this time. I mean, they're less expensive than the other one, but just like $10 less expensive, so I won't be ordering from them again in the future. Plus the root system was not good. I need to do some weeding here. Oh, my older this is my older peach tree. This is 4-year-old probably. and it started leafing with no flowers. I've heard that most of the flowers this year were killed during that very cold snap, so we're not getting any peaches this year, also from the front yard. This bed I'm keeping for the different herbs and flowers, and you can see the bee balm are coming up and the yarrow are happy. The same here with the daisies and agastaki. That's exciting. And then the most exciting part is the new project of building new beds here. Remember, I used to have 2 trees here. One of them died, like the other pines here, the white pines that don't like it wet. They were wrongly planted by the previous owners. So now we just removed those trees. This tree is also probably gonna die here, but all this area is shaded by the big maple tree, so I'm not gonna remove it. The shade stops here, so this area is very sunny. So that's the plan for now. Just have this is going to be one bed, and I'm gonna remove the compost and put it somewhere else and build another bed there, probably for the raspberries, because I got some raspberry canes, so that they're contained. And then this brick bed, I'm gonna extend it up to here, and then it's gonna go like this, and this area here is so that I can get in and reach, because it's gonna be a pretty wide bed. So that's the challenge. I want to take advantage of every inch here, because that's the sunniest space I have. So that's pretty exciting. We're building it from bricks, and we're gonna put some layers of sand at the bottom, and we'll see, but I'll probably tape the whole process. This bed here, look, they're sunbathing here, a lot of spiders, but this bed here, it's just strawberries and mint and thyme. But the grape here, the Somerset grape, has come up really well, and it's leafing out nicely, and I pruned it really hard, so that's good. The birch is also leafing out, and it's getting very tall very quickly. I contemplated removing it and building beds up to here, but I don't know. We'll just start small now, and we'll see if we stay in this house. I might extend the beds further. In here, the honeysuckle needs a lot of pruning. I don't have time for that, but the good thing is the grapes this year came back, so that's the new grape that I planted last year after the previous one died. This is Reliance, also red. And then the different perennials are coming up here, like the lilies, the roses. The roses got hit really bad in that cold snap. That's the first year that a lot of it was dead, but the whole plant survived. That's another grape here. I think this is a Somerset that I planted at the end of fall. Peonies are coming up, but I don't think they're gonna have a lot of flowers. Then I have here geranium and pincushion are coming back, and this is the hemorrhoid grape that we don't like, but it got hit really bad in the cold snap. But I'm happy to report that it is budding finally. It's a bit late, but it's budding. It had a huge branch over here that I had to cut. Like half of it was dead. The bit over here is just a lot of Egyptian onions. They grew within a couple weeks. So it's nice that I can harvest them. And in this bed here, all the beds have these white things on them. These are just eggshells that I put in the oven and crushed to get some calcium. But I've planted different things, mostly lettuce and arugula and some pak choy. I still need to do some thinning, but they look good. This bed we reinforced because it was it was leaking some soil on the sides, and then I kind of refilled it. So I still have to plant. But there are some perennials here, just like garlic chive and lemon balm. And here there are the mint. Some snow peas here, and still waiting for the rest. And in this one, just radishes, and then the perennial stuff. The parsley this year, all of it survived because of this weird winter that we had. Very relatively warm, and except for that cold snap at the end. This bed here, I also added a lot of compost to it, about a foot everywhere, and then I planted one tree here. I'm not sure if I need to plant another one. There is space for another one, but I did not buy one. This one here is a European plum. It's a methley that is also supposed to be self-pollinating. European and Japanese plums do not pollinate each other. And I want, like, the European ones are more appropriate for our weather, but they're not as good as the Japanese ones that are similar to the ones we get from the grocery store. We had two figs here. This is one, and then there's another one here that I just took out so that we could put the methley plum here. But that one was not fruiting. Probably give us just one fruit. So the rest here is just perennials, and same here, just flowers and roses. Let's take a look at the fruit trees in the front yard. The daffodils are done here, but the salvias are coming back. Same for the hydrangeas. And then you see here also all the bulbs are almost done. We're doing something to this year for the fruit trees, for the pears here. I was told that to make them flower, the branches need to be more horizontal. So that's why we're using those stretches here to bend them gradually. And so, like, the upper branches they don't have a lot of flowers, just one bunch at the end. But where there are a lot of flowers, that's mostly with the horizontal branches, like these ones here, for example. So, and this is the first year that our pear, this is luscious pear. It's the first year that it flowers like that. Previously, it would do like 4 bunches and that's it. This is its 5th year, all of them. They were planted as a group, like a grove of trees, and this one blooms at the same time as this one. This is Seckel, but it's smaller one. This one, you can see the trunk is much wider. So I'm hoping this year they'll give us some fruit. We've only had 2 pieces of fruit from Seckel, which is kind of self-pollinating, so nothing from luscious. So we'll see this year. The third one is a busk, and when I planted it, I was told that it's gonna be that it blooms at the same time with the 2 other ones, but it does not. It hasn't even started leafing, and I can't find any variety that blooms at the same time. I wanted to graft it with another variety, but I can't really find anything. So it will just stay here for now. Other than that, the roses are coming up nicely. They're happy with the spring, and we've been getting a lot of rain recently as well. And here are the fruit trees. This is the apricot, the Chinese Mormon apricot. It had, I think, a relatively decent amount of flowers. This is the end of them, probably 30. It's weird because usually the peach is hardier, but this year, no. I could probably find 5. I could find 5 flowers on the peach, and that's it. Last year there were hundreds. So not a good year for our peach, unfortunately. And this year I did not prune it much, so I kept it tall because just to make it harder for the thieves. So finally, let's take a look at the seedlings that I have. mostly flowers and herbs. So here I have a lot of snapdragons. I love snapdragons, and I have so many colors. I've been trying to harden these because they're all cold hardy. So I have chard here and perpetual spinach, which is another variety of chard. Tatsui, a lot of parsley. I love parsley. I have a new variety as well. I forgot what the name is. And then different new varieties of thyme and herbs. This is lovage, for example. I have no clue what this is. Leeks, I'm gonna try them again. I usually fail. Anise, horehound, this one here. That's a new type of oregano called za'atar. And then foxglove, poppy, this is salvia, and agastaki here again. Celery, I want to do a lot of celery this year. Last year it was really good and it lasted until the end of the season. A lot of spinach here, dill of course. What else? I have this, which is a new variety of arugula called dragon tongue, I guess, because of the color. And then there's some, oh, that's another type of arugula here as well, and milkweed and yarrow. So I'm trying to do more herbs this year, trying to have more medicinal herbs. These are the raspberry canes. I planted them temporarily in those cloth pots until we build the raised beds. I'm also trying to plant geranium here. I saved the roots or the plants last year. I dried them and saved them, and now I'm trying to bring them back to life, so we'll see. Same with the dahlias. I saved the roots and now I'm trying to regrow them. And finally, these are my seedlings indoor. They're mostly warm season crops, so like I have different varieties of tomatoes here. It'll take 2 weeks to get them outside, but I have different varieties like Brandywine, Early Girl, Better Boy, Crim, Black Crim. These are the main varieties, and of course Sun Gold. Then I'm trying new varieties as well. This is okra, doing different kinds of okra, lupin here, straw flower, and then different varieties of peppers. Mostly lunchbox. I like it because it's small. I have different varieties of basil, like purple basil, Javanese, and lettuce basil. I tried it last year and I loved it. Lettuce basil, it tastes really different. And then for the first time after trying so hard for years, I'm coming back and trying the eggplants. I'm hoping I can pull it through because we have new beds, so I have space for them, but usually they get annihilated by the flea beetle and the roly-polies, so we'll see. And here are more varieties of, again, basil, and I just up-potted all that. And here, chamomile, more tomatoes, and more okra. And in the back there, maybe 9, 8 ground cherries, pineapple ground cherries. We love these. And here they're just flowers I recently planted, like zinnias and marigold, the staples, cosmos, and more snapdragon, more tomatoes. Here I have bumblebee. I tried that last year and I really liked it, so I'm doing it again. And I'm trying sweetie this year. I got it from a seed swap, so I will try it. And these are more eggplants, and I have here a grape that I planted last year, just in case one of my grapes die, but I hope they don't. So yeah, that's a quick look on what I've got going on this spring, and I'll be updating my channel with all the progress for the new project, the exciting project addition to the garden. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.